You're listening to the Live Your High Frequency Life podcast, and I'm your host, Teal Shu. In this podcast, you'll discover how to step into your natural, innate frequency and the highest frequency of the universe, love, to create and live the soul-aligned life you want. If you're a woman who wants to love yourself so completely, stand so fully in your infinite sovereign soul power, be your own safe haven, fill your own cup, and be so financially independent you quit feeling trapped by someone, something, or somewhere, then this podcast is for you. Because you deserve to be unmessable with by the world and live the high-frequency, soul-aligned life you love that is your birthright. And I'll share with you how you can start creating this reality for yourself through your frequency. But raising your frequency isn't about doing more. It's really about untangling yourself from the programming of the world, choosing love over fear, and living as your soul with your identity rooted in love. And when you embody this, your frequency automatically rises. You radiate the high frequency you that you were born as, and you start changing your life. I'm glad you're here. Hey, welcome to this episode. This episode is higher frequency is not about the money. And I'll even add on to that. It's not about the stuff. It's not about the stuff. And so what I wanted to dive into here in this episode is that, yes, we all want stuff, right? Nothing wrong with that. Having the things in your life that you desire, beautiful, amazing. You are absolutely worthy of that. It's yours. It's your birthright. Infinite money, the house, the car, the boat, the property, the vacation, all of those things, they are your birthright. You are worthy of them and they are yours. They're already yours. Just pulling them into this 3D form and existence right now, right? They already exist across all of space and time. And it's just a matter of bringing them here into this space, this incarnation, this moment right now. Absolutely have those dreams. Absolutely have those dreams. But here's the thing. Why do you want those things? This is the kicker. This is really the kicker. And when most women come to me, this is very much the place where most of my clients start with. And maybe this is you too. They're starting from the place of I have this vision, this dream of I want this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. And I have this picture of my life. And it's all a bunch of more 3D things and stuff, right? Why do you want that? Why do you want that? Do you ever sit and stop and really think about why do you want that car and that house and all of those things? It's great to have. Wonderful. But why do you want to have them? What sensation do you think that having those things will bring in your life? What feeling do you think that having that amazing vacation or having money, you don't even need to look at your bank account because you're just like, yep, I'm doing a round the world cruise and I'm fine. I got all the money for that without a worry or a care. Why? Why? What is that thing, that 3D thing that you want? What is it you think it's going to give you internally? Is it going to give you peace, joy, happiness? Does it make you feel good about yourself, like you're successful? Does it make you feel better than somebody, worse than somebody? Does it make you feel like you're a contributor in the world? Does it make you feel like you've made it? Do you then feel healthy, happy, peaceful, free, independent? What do these things, physical things you are imagining and dreaming of, which are wonderful, go for it. Dream big and infinite. Absolutely. But why? Think about that. Why? And this is where most women get hung up. They're focusing on these 3D things, the vision board. I will create and manifest these 3D things. Wonderful, amazing. But what actually does that really represent to you? That's the place to boil down to where then the rubber hits the road with why I'm saying high frequency is not about the money. Because think about it, you're not truly, think about it, really think about it, get clear and honest and sit with this for a second with yourself. You don't want to be high frequency just for the stuff, do you? No, you don't. The stuff is great. Bring on the stuff. Absolutely. It's amazing. Comfort, convenience, all those things that make our way of existing here in this incarnation in Earth School feel just a little smoother, right? Wonderful. But what is the feeling that you actually want to feel? What? Write this down. Write this down. What is the experience of life that you actually want? How? Write this down. Write this down. How do you actually want to feel? To feel inside, deep in your core, through every cell of your body, every bit of your energy, to feel in this life and incarnation. Think about that and what comes up for you, right? When you look at this, you start to realize then that what you actually are wanting to create in life, it's not the stuff. The stuff is a byproduct then of the experience you want to have of life and the feeling you want to have as you're going through life. That stuff and 3D wonderful goodness is then a byproduct of the frequency of that experience and the frequency of those feelings that you want to have in life, that you want to have right now in your life, and go through your life feeling this way: peaceful, completely healthy, joyful, free and at ease, right? Wealthy, happy, loving, grateful. The energy, the frequency of those feelings that you want to feel, that experience of life you want to have, that frequency, those frequencies are then what will create the stuff. The 3D stuff does not create the frequency. The frequency creates the 3D stuff. And at the deeper level, isn't it about going through life in that experience you want to have, in that feeling, in that frequency? Because think about it. If you could feel peaceful and joyful and happy and rich and abundant and loved and blessed and grateful 24/7 every single day for the rest of your life in this incarnation, would you take it? Would you jump on that? Would you go, oh my God, yes, done? Versus, oh, I'd rather have $10 million, please. But, maybe I will have happiness or joy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Which are you going to choose? Right? You want the feeling. You want the frequency. You want the energy, right? Yeah. Now, the beautiful part of this, you don't have to choose one over the other. Choose the energy, choose the frequency. You can have both and all the stuff and the frequency, right? But this is why stuff doesn't work, where women and the clients who first come to me, they're bogged down, right? And thinking, oh, high frequency, yes, to create X, Y, Z. And I'm like, first thing, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel in that life you're dreaming about? Okay, feel that now. Feel that now. Feel that now. Give your first thought, your first energy to how you want to feel right now, not to the stuff you want to create. Because stuff is second to frequency in the feeling. Everything is frequency. Everything starts with frequency and the feeling, the energy, that vibration. So if you're over here already and, oh, I want the stuff, well, you just skipped the frequency part. So no wonder you don't have what you want in life. And we dive into this more when I work with my students, but this is the first place we go. Your frequency, the experience, the frequency you want to feel in your life. Do you want to go through life feeling like you are now? With some sadness, some anxiety, right? Some fear, some heaviness. Do you want to keep going through life in that way? No, right? And you see that in your future. You don't use the word future because there is no time. So there's no future. All of that already exists for you now. But do you see that in the life you are creating for yourself? Do you see yourself there in that future? Again, the future isn't a great word, but just to illustrate what I'm talking about, do you see that in the life that you're wanting to create for yourself? How do you feel? Are you still that anxious, stressed out, confused, people-pleasing, self-doubting, uncertain, feeling a little resistance to moving forward you with fear, doubt, all of those things? Or is that life that you are creating? Are you moving with certainty? Are you moving in clarity? Are you moving in peace? Are you moving in complete trust for yourself and self-love, love to the world, gratitude, peace, calmness? Are you feeling rich and amazing inside? Where are you headed? Which are you picking? Which are you choosing? Right? So again, your takeaway here with this is, where is your attention? Is your attention on stuff, or is your attention on experience of life and how you want to feel? Which is frequency. What experience of life do you want to enjoy day in and day out every day? The sensations, the emotions, the feeling, the frequency. Right? That is your takeaway. Focus on that. Focus on that. Everything else will then come from that. The 3D material world, relationships, money, jobs, vacations, children, people, things, cars, whatever. Everything in this 3D world flows then from frequency. And everything you want to create is on the other side of you first, and holding your attention and focus on, how do I want to experience life? How do I want to feel? And then asking yourself, how can I feel that right now? How do I choose to feel that right now? And in loving devotion to yourself, right? In loving devotion to yourself, how then will you choose to feel and experience life right now? Because that's the kicker. All of the frequency and emotion, the peace, the calm, the clarity, all those things that you wish to have in your life that often you believe will come when you have all the 3D stuff, it is available to you now. And so we get this backwards, like I'm talking about here. We think 3D stuff will bring I'll feel better and frequency and happy, and it's reversed. Frequency now creates that 3D stuff. So how, in loving devotion to yourself, in radiating love out into the world, in pure unconditional love, the highest frequency in the universe, what if you started feeling that and choosing to feel that now, and you focused on that as your first thought in creating your life, rather than thinking, I'm creating XYZ, car, house, whatever. First thought, I choose to feel, I choose to create in this moment love, being joy, being peace, being gratitude, that frequency. I choose that now in this moment. That's where you create from. So that is your takeaway. That is your takeaway. So, all right. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you popped in, had a watch or a listen. And as I always say, oh, this world needs you and your light. This world needs you and your beautiful gifts, your contribution that is uniquely you. Show up, shine bright. Love is always the answer. Love is always the answer. So choose love. Okay, see you next time. Thank you for being here and listening to this entire episode. If you're the kind of woman that likes to help others, then please share this with your friends, family, and circle. Because if you found value, they will too. And if you'd like even more high frequency and life-changing content, please connect with me on Instagram and Threads at tolook Coaching. Now, one last thing, I do have a personal request. I'm here to help make this world a better place for you and for all. So if you would, please leave a candid 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. I'd be so grateful, and through your big-hearted assistance, together we can help other amazing women just like you thrive. Thank you, big hugs to you, and I'll see you in the next episode.